Yo, wasted. We got 30 minutes to trade Geno Smith to the Arlington Renegades. Let's get it.
Touchdown, Raiders!
Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, you guys. We are back. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphk and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted Graphk Show, whichever way you like to slice it. Man, it's a lot going on today, bro.
Bro, that's an understatement. Today feels like the NBA trade deadline.
Yeah, this is the first time that this shit has actually lived up to its billing in a long time, bro.
And the crazy thing is, bro, we got 30 minutes left, and it sounds like Breece Hall and Jermaine Johnson may be on their way out of New York with the Jets. But real quick, salute to everybody in the building, man. Make sure you guys wipe them feet. Pay your bar tabs over at Wasted's channel. We appreciate you guys as always. Do us a favor, hit that subscribe button on both channels if you would like to help us remain in the algorithm. We're going to get our brother Wasted's take on the whole Jacoby Myers trade, which I know how he feels about it, but we're going to talk about that here in a second. But real quick, we talked about the Sauce Gardner situation offline. I talked about that on my previous show. Real quick, Adonai Mitchell, 2 first-round picks to the Jets for Sauce Gardner down in Indianapolis, man. How do you feel about that move?
Man, that's a terrific move for everybody involved. Not really for Indianapolis. I think it was a terrible trade for them. They didn't really get a lot of value, man. You know, Sauce Gardner the name is a lot bigger than the game. Mm-hmm. If you look at Sauce Gardner's numbers as commensurate to Tariq Woolen actually had a better career than Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
He really has, man. And Sauce Gardner, just from being in New York and the hype of the media and all of the swagger and the gold chains, trying to recreate what Deion Sanders did, he has not lived up to the dream at all. He doesn't tackle anybody. He gets hurt a lot. He's skinny as all hell. You know what I'm saying? And I know that Indianapolis, they're trying to go for it. But to be honest with you, man, what they gave up, it might be a good trade for now. It might be a good trade for the next 8 to 10 games. It might even be good in the playoffs. But going forward, they're going to regret that they made this deal.
Well, let me say this, because I want to add on with the next trade. The Jets also send Quinnen Williams to the Dallas Cowboys. The Jets get a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and they also get Mozzie Smith, a former first-round pick that has not worked out for the Dallas Cowboys up to this point. They were trying to get him out of Dallas for a while now. This fan base could not stand Mozzie Smith. We were both major fans of him coming out of Michigan. It just really hasn't worked, but it sounds like maybe, some new landscape, maybe able to unlock him. Aaron Glenn's a defensive-minded head coach, even though I believe Aaron Glenn's already on the way out for the Jets. I'm telling y'all now, keep an eye on Kubiak, offensive coordinator with Seattle. I can see them bringing him in as the head coach out there with all those draft picks and going to get their future quarterback. But I thought the Colts would have been smarter bringing in Quinnen Williams with DeForest Buckner on that defensive line and giving up a first and a second. But hey, they went and got Sauce Gardner. They needed some corner help. I get it. But how do you feel about the Quinnen Williams move to Dallas for a first, a second in 2026 draft, and Mozzie Smith as well?
Look, Quinnen Williams, to me, he's my favorite defensive tackle in the entire league.
He's a monster.
I love Quinnen Williams, man. Mm-hmm. I was hoping the year he came out that we could have had a chance to draft him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love Quinnen Williams. Getting a player like that is always a great thing, right? Because the draft picks that you gave up might not ever be as good as that kid. Mm-hmm. This is a need that they've been trying to address for a long time. And the Dallas Cowboys understand something, that pressure up the middle,
yes, is
more important than pressure on the edge.
Yes. It frees up those guys.
It frees those guys up. And also, this guy is a monster against the run, too. And that's always been what the issue was with Micah Parsons. Now, Dallas has been able to go out there and kind of, rob Peter to pay Paul, so to speak.
Because of the Micah draft picks.
Because of the Micah draft picks. So this is not a bad deal because, listen, Dallas has to realize something, man. Jerry Jones wants to solidify his ownership stake. He's won 3 Super Bowls there, but he understands and knows that people view those as Jimmys.
Yeah.
Those are Jimmys, man. And Jimmy, we talked about this. You know, Jimmy, you know how I feel about Jimmy Johnson, how you feel about Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson is the one guy that I always wish was a Raiders head coach.
Yeah.
I love Jimmy Johnson.
For sure.
And he revolutionized this game in a way that his approach to how he goes about free agency.
I was just talking about Norv Turner on the last show. It was funny. Yeah. So it's funny.
But yo, listen.
Yeah.
Right. But at the end of the day, man, they have to go for it. I mean, Dak Prescott's not getting any younger. They got their asses kicked yesterday against Jacoby Brisket. Not Brissett, but the Brisket man. He put the down on their asses.
Yeah.
Now, you know, what else is there for Dallas? There is no, you know, rebuilding and, you know, going for it the next year. They got to go for it now.
I can see them making a smaller move too, Wasted. Maybe adding a Malcolm Kuntz or a Tyree Wilson here before the deadline is up. So you got Clark there in that Micah trade from the Packers, 3-time Pro Bowler, I believe. And then now you add Quinnen Williams, a place that Quinnen told the Jets, if you guys move me, I want to go to Dallas. He pinpointed this football team.
Dallas Cowboy fan growing up.
There you go. And Jerry already said it. I'm getting old. I need to win now. I understand the thought process behind it. A first and a second is kind of rich. But again, for a move like Quinnen Williams, I get it. Now, if they would have got rid of a first and a second to go get Trey Hendrickson, who's north of 30 years old, I would have been like, Jerry doing Jerry things. But I think this is a great move. But I have to say this, a ton of credit to the Jets. That GM and them are working wonders. This is how you really tear shit down to try and rebuild it. They have, 2 first-round picks next year's draft. They have 3 in 2027. They have a ton of draft capital moving forward. It looks like they're not done just yet. Breece Hall just asked for a trade. They got about 20 minutes to free up that contract. Jermaine Johnson, another guy, edge rusher, that I know the Niners and potentially a few other teams are reaching out for as well. They can clean up a few more of these contracts, and they can go all in next year or even not next year. They can go in 2027, another class where there may be some good quarterbacks, and say, hey, we're going all in on potentially Sellers. I think Sellers is going to stick around another year. The kid at Oregon may stick around for another year. So we just don't know who's going to be coming out in 2026. But either way, you got 2 in 2026. You can package up 1 or 2 even in 2027 if you want to, and work some wonders and go get your guy. But I like the way the Jets are doing this. Yes, they lost a ton of talent, but it wasn't working. So they're getting rid of everybody. Yeah. They're cleaning the house the right way. And to be real, this is the way the Raiders should be operating right now. But we don't have that kind of talent.
We don't have them kind of pieces. Everybody keeps saying to tear it down, fire sale. There's nobody to fucking trade.
Brock and Genty are the only guys that you're not moving because there's a rookie and a sophomore in the Max's contract. That's it.
You'd be an idiot to do that. Those guys just got here. They're young talent. So okay, that's the thing I hate about like people who view football from a very, very rudimentary kind of prism. Those are young players. Those are the kind of players that draft picks that you would want to draft. They're on their rookie deal. They're still young. They have not reached their heights yet. You don't get rid of guys like that. That's stupid. That's stupid. And then the thing with Max has one of the most affordable deals for a superstar that is not even 30 years old yet. Yeah. You don't get rid of Max Crosby. That is a soul-crushing deal right there.
But that is the one contract that can go out there and field you a couple first. Because if you're giving up 2 for Sauce Gardner and a piece in Adonai Mitchell, who I think is going to play lights out up there with the Jets. If they locate that quarterback, he's a remember watching him at Texas? This dude was a dog, bro.
Like, yo, and he's the perfect person to put next to Garrett Wilson.
Yes.
The receiver room is
John Mechie up there now, too.
Yeah, the receiver room is set. And I don't think that they need to get rid of Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn is just the kind of prick head coach that teams need. He's just the kind of jerk off that gets young players in line. The problem is that, the New York media is always, the leash is real short on a fucking first-year coach with a terrible amalgamation of players who never wanted to be there. You got an owner that's constantly meddling and blaming people. Sometimes you got to stay the course. It's a first-year coach, man. For them to get rid of that guy before you even give him a chance to kind of set the culture that he wanted.
Bro, I agree with you. I just think that once again, if you're trying to go locate a young quarterback, you're going to want to have a young offensive-minded guy. in the building. Unless they can locate a really, really good OC that can help build that guy up.
That's what it's all about, bro. Like, yo, everybody says this is just me, right?
Whatever. Andrew as well, becoming a member of our Oasis channel. We appreciate you, Andrew, my brother, man. Salute to you.
Salute. Thank you, my brother. And bro, but this is my problem. Whatever happened to people just doing the job they were hired to do and not doing 3 and 4 other fucking jobs? Yeah. With all this nonsense with the coach being the GM and the offensive coordinator and all, how about you go out there and get a good play caller and you have the coach be the CEO of the situation? Yeah, kind of like Dan Campbell in Detroit.
Agreed.
Be the guy that's the culture setter. You don't necessarily need the guy on the sideline with a clipboard like Sean McVay. Everybody's not Sean McVay, bro. Go out there and go get a really good coach. I remember when John Harbaugh got the job. John Harbaugh was a special teams coach.
Yep.
Everyone's like, oh, he's a special teams coach. There's no way he'll ever be he's a great head coach. But he has the right people around him. He has Todd Monken, who's a terrific play caller.
Yeah.
You know,
found a way to really keep Lamar in the pocket and become one of the better pocket passers in football right now. And Lamar always can throw it. I'm not taking away anything from him. But they found a way to, and mind you, he is coming off of an injury, but again, they're setting him up for his career to last longer, being able to stand in the pocket and throw the football.
Because they didn't buy into the narrative. You had a narrative. You had guys like Bill Polian and stuff like that saying that Lamar Jackson should be a wide receiver at the next level.
My God.
Just archaic bullshit takes because they can't fathom a guy that can actually throw it and run at the same time. And now we're in a part in the NFL, in the NBA, and baseball where you got Shohei Ohtani that goes out there, hits 2-3 home runs, and strikes out 10 people.
Yeah.
Right? We're in a league where you got Victor Wembanyama. This dude's 7'6", nutmegging jokers, crossing people over, fall away jumpers, hook shots, blocking everybody. Just the walls in football and in basketball and baseball, all of those kind of like little narratives that were put out there are being broken down. And in football, that's happening at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
And I know nutmeg was nasty work. I know.
I like that. I like the Dallas move though, because I didn't know. I thought that both picks were for 2026. So they acquired Quinnen Williams for a 2nd-round pick in 2026, a 1st-round pick in 2027, and they got Mozzie Smith. So they keep both those 1st-round picks, the Packers pick and their pick. So Dallas is set up to do some things in next year's draft class with those 2 1st-round picks still available to them. And mind you, Jerry may get really stupid. They added Logan Wilson. They added Quinnen Williams. Trey Hendrickson's still available, and they reached out to Cincinnati. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know what the money looks like. I know that there probably have to be some moving and shaking, but Jerry looks like he's still trying to go all in right now. So expect them to still try and chase an edge rusher these last 16 minutes before the deadline. All I'm saying is, but that's good.
Hey man, listen, I would love if they were receptive to getting a guy like a Malcolm Kuntz.
Yeah,
I would be receptive to that, man.
I expect Tyree though, Texas Tech guy that they've got a chance to see before. I would expect it to be Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you want an edge rusher, that's not what you're getting with Tyree Wilson. I think Tyree Wilson is going to go the way of Eric Armstead and these guys that gets moved inside and really show up there.
But what did you just say earlier? Dallas says, you know what? Hey, pressure is better coming from the interior than the exterior. This is a guy that you can move around if need be. Yeah. I mean, so I think that would make sense. But either way, keep an eye on Malcolm Kuntz, keep an eye on Tyree. But with 15 minutes left in the ball game, I'm gonna be real, man. It seems very, very unlikely that the Raiders are gonna make a move. But again, keep an eye on those 2 names. Breece Hall, I'm expecting, bro, if they move him, and he's very disgruntled in New York, they moved his friends, Sauce and Quinnen. Expect an AFC West team. It's going to be the Chiefs or the Chargers, and we're going to hate this move because they can both use a running back. The Chargers, man, with all out and Rashawn Slater out for all season, both of them season-ending injuries, and now Herbert throwing a ton of picks because he doesn't have a lot of protection up front now. Yeah. I think they may want to try and get to the run game a little bit, but without Amarion Hampton and without Najee, they're going to need somebody to come in and fill that role. And I can see Breece Hall becoming a Charger for sure.
Yeah, but
Patriots too. Keep an eye on the Patriots. They have the money. They got the money.
Yeah, the Patriots too. They're making a little bit of a run, but I would expect for Kansas City to make this move.
Me too.
I would expect for them to make this move as much as I hate it. And the thing with Breece Hall is he has some of the same like skill set as some of the best backs in this league. Breece Hall, if you guys remember, is one of the best prospects to come out of college football in the last 8 to 10 years.
Hooper was it Iowa State?
Yeah, man.
Hooper.
This is a guy that'll come out and he'll be like the kid down there in Atlanta. I'm telling you right now, man, he is that level of talent, bro. Breece Hall is phenomenal. The Jets weren't using him right.
No, they weren't. And he dealt with some injuries because of it. Their O-line couldn't block for shit. And again, I know some people are going to say, well, he's never had over 1,000 yards rushing. I mean, you're actually right. It's kind of crazy to think that, right? Like he's never had over 1,000, 994. He's at 876. This year he has 581. He's well on his way to going over 1,000 this year. But again, just like Wasted said,
hey, Graphk.
Yo.
It looked like you froze, man. You good?
Oh, I'm good, bro.
You good? Hey, y'all, did y'all see that?
I thought it was you.
He said, Melvin.
Yeah, fuck you. Yo,
every time you say that shit, it make me laugh, yo.
Salute. So it was me. Okay, so Wasted was the one with the internet problems initially. Hold on. Am I good?
Yeah, now you good, bro. And you know it wasn't an internet problem. Is having a smart child. That's what the hell my problem is, bro. My daughter always trying to do some shit.
Bubba also, man, salute to you, the dynamic duo. Never a better day than when Wasted and Graphk are on, man. Salute you, bro. Appreciate you, brother. As always, we got about 13 minutes, you guys. Before the
13 minutes, man. The countdown is on. Listen, guys, and remember, if it is election day, we don't do politics here, but what we do is we exercise our rights as Americans. Go out there and vote. And listen, I got a sticker.
I vote to move Geno Smith to the UFL. I vote to get rid of Pete Carroll after 8 games. I don't give a shit. What else?
Yo, you are melting down right now. Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. The whole Pete Carroll thing, it's more so for me. I know that the guy has been successful in the NFL. The only thing with him is that I just don't want him having personnel decisions. I was the same way with John Gruden. Like I like John Gruden as a head coach. I don't like him as a personnel guy.
Yeah.
And it's like guys like that, they don't forget how to coach. The problem is when they start believing their press clippings and think that they can do both jobs well. And that's the problem. If Pete lets a bright young GM look at the move that John Spytek made today.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I was going to get there because I wanted your opinion on this. I want everybody.
That right there is the nuance that people don't see when you talk about youth. Yo, that was a process right there. Listen, if I can't get a third because I'm only going to get a fourth if it was a compensatory pick, I got to go full Denzel Washington. I'm leaving with something. I'm leaving with something. So I got the 4th and the 6th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Multiple
picks for a guy that was going to walk for nothing, and it was already disgruntled and wanted to get out of Vegas very, very badly. I love it.
Yeah, man. Look, for me, I don't necessarily need to burn the house down. I don't want to see the Raiders fire Pete Carroll. I don't, because look, and I'm not singing the praises of Pete because he hasn't earned anything here with us yet. But I think he's a gentleman. I think he's a good coach. I think he's a great football mind. He's been successful, and that's not an accident that he's been successful.
Did you say a gentleman?
Yeah, he is. Pete's a gentleman. I appreciate that about Pete. I do. I like that Pete. What I don't like is I think that Pete should be more of a prick. I don't like that he's so soft shoe with these guys. You know what I mean? I come from the East Coast, man. I'm a Jersey guy, right? I want to see. I'm a direct individual. Graphk will tell you. Like, when we're on the air, we joke and laugh and stuff like that. But in my personal life, I don't fuck around.
He's a dickhead.
Yeah, I am. I don't fuck around. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Pete needs to be more of a dick. He needs to be more built
to the right people. Be a dick to Geno Smith. Don't be a dick to Jackson Powers Johnson, which I'm hoping and praying they don't trade him in the next 10 minutes.
They're not gonna trade him, bro. If they do, man, that'll be organizational malpractice. Then it'll be something different.
Then he would no longer be a gentleman, correct?
Yeah, he'll no longer be a gentleman, man.
Okay.
At all. But at the end of the day, I appreciate the way Pete has dealt with Max. I appreciate the way he's dealt with the fan base. I appreciate the way he deals with the media and stuff like that. But I need him to be more transparent. right? I need.
Yeah, I agree with you on that for sure.
I need for him to be more transparent. I don't listen. Don't piss on my head and tell me that it's raining, bro.
Yeah.
Let me know. Yo, look, man, Brock is hurt.
Yeah.
Brock's hurt. He's out.
Yeah.
Don't fucking pussyfoot around it, and then now you fucked his season up.
Yep.
Make him sit out. Like, yo, Gino's not playing well. Gino, you got to play better.
Agreed.
I don't want to hear this. Oh, hey, you know.
Excellent.
Yeah, G's played excellent, man. You know, he's threw 3 picks, but you know, he was seeing it through, man. He almost had a touchdown, but the guy ran it back for pick 6, but he almost had a touchdown. He's playing excellent though, man.
Bro, Gino has thrown Dante under the bus. He's thrown Michael Mayer under the bus. At some point, P has to say, "Hey, Gino, man the fuck up and take accountability for your mistakes."
Hey, G, we don't want to hurt G's feelings. He has his glasses on. He looks like he got kicked out of the Temptations.
Nice like this.
G's got to he's nothing without David Ruffin, but G's got to play a little better. Just a little bit, just a tiny bit. G, maybe you think you might not throw like 4 touchdowns.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
interceptions.
That's football, bro.
Yeah, it's football. He made a play. I agree with the sentiment from G, man.
Yo,
fucking bullshit, bro.
Yeah, man. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Salute the hug, though. That's football, brother. We got about 8 minutes here, you guys. It seems like there's nothing else anymore. And Pete did say this, so there was some transparency here. He didn't say that. He said that he didn't want to take a step back, that they want to build on what they have right now. I think Jacoby was like a foregone conclusion. Once again, we over here at Shillmore, instantly when we took Jack Besh, we knew the writing was on the wall with Jacoby. It was just like, it makes so much sense.
It was borderline Destiny's Child.
Oh, yeah.
Writing on the wall. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, my God. Man, I wish I had my soundboard up. My God.
No, but this is facts. But once again, I'm not upset that if this is the only move, because once again, we're already thin at the edge rusher position. At this point, who do you start? Snowden hasn't looked the same this year with limited reps. Tyree has only played 40% of the snaps or something like that this season. So he hasn't been out there a ton. And then, Malcolm is struggling. And we have a young kid, Brendan Jackson, is on the IR right now that I know they like a lot, that they picked up off the waiver wire from the Rams, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And he could be something for us down the line. But again, I don't really know. I was thinking maybe Mostert might be an interesting name, but watching him return kicks for over 200 yards.
I don't want Mostert to go any goddamn way.
Yeah, because again, then what are you doing? Are you getting back to the Dillon situation at the running back position? Or are you getting back to Zeus, who's been inactive, in and out of the lineup over and over every week? So again, I don't know. But once again, I was assuming that Malcolm Kuntz or Tyree would be those 2 names to keep an eye on.
I want to see Kuntz move because guess what? He's not playing well here anyway.
No, it's not.
He's not playing well here anyway. And then let's just cut to the chase. Nobody, in Raider Nation can tell me that it's worth bringing him back next year.
No,
he had 8 good games. He's been hurt. He might be good somewhere else, but I can live with that.
Yeah,
I can live with that because I'm not willing to, with the alternative, us committing to him long term and him still being as putrid and as inept as he's been. This is the reason why I want us to keep Kalavion chasing.
Look, I'm a cool guy, but I had us drafted him in the 6th round, wasted not in the 3rd where we took him. We took him, and who was it? It was him and Tanner Muse back to back, or was it him and Lynn Bowden? No, I forgot what it was.
It was Lynn Bowden.
No. It was Divine Diablo. Him and Divine Diablo back to back.
Yeah, well, look, Divine Diablo, is what he is right now. But I can live with that one too. I can live with that too, man. I can live with that too. He's a chase down linebacker, and he's still a chase down linebacker, and I'll stand on it. He can have 100. You can have 100 in unimpactful tackles, but the problem with the Raiders is that we're not tackling anybody now, and Malcolm Kuntz is a big reason for that. He's a huge reason for that, bro. It really brings me back to where we were a few years ago.
Hold on, real quick, y'all. I'm just putting this.
Graph is he's loading. The graphic.
Now there's nothing going on.
Raiderdom.
We do have a presser, so we'll go ahead and check this out.
Oh my God! I just went on Twitter to check for some trades, and you know what, man? Somebody's making a hamburger with croissant bread, and I just want to say how incredibly fat that is. You are a fat piece of trash.
I just seen Persephone again right when I went back. Thank God I wasn't sharing the
screen.
screen.
Oh yeah, we would definitely get flagged for all that titty meat.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
There's a lot of titty meat there, a lot of it. Bra residue. Yeah. So Adam Scheffner, I think this was an easy call, right? AJ Brown will not be traded. Yeah.
Looks like the Eagles are going for it too.
Yeah. I mean, they just made a move for an edge rusher for Miami and sent a 3rd-round pick. I don't think they're going to move off of their number 1 receiver. I don't care how disgruntled he is or the situation with him and Jalen Hurts. They're coming off of a Super Bowl, so I think that's clear as day. Right now, I'm looking around. Let me see if there's anything else. Teams have called Jordan Schultz, but the Jets are not interested in moving on from Garrett Wilson. Makes sense.
Yeah, they wouldn't. I mean, but the Jets, man, they listen, bro. 2026 1st-round pick. Got a 1st-round pick from Indy, 2nd-round pick for themselves, and a 2nd-round pick from Dallas. 2027 1st-round pick, 1st-round pick, 1st-round pick. Jets, Dallas, Indianapolis. Man, listen, the Jets are going to be cooking with gas if they have the right person to make picks. And it sucks for us that we definitely don't have we don't have anything in the tool shed to make moves like this.
Hold on real quick, brother. I'm gonna try and get this the right way. That looks all right. Real quick, also another update. Sources, despite significant league-wide interest, the Titans are not trading defensive tackle T'Vondre Sweat. They view him as a young, ascending cornerstone, a key part of their future plans, and they have made it clear they are not looking to move him. So this is coming from Jordan Schultz. So it looks like him and Jeffrey Simmons are going to be the anchors on that defensive line for years to come. So I think that's the right move.
Jeffrey, that's your fail-safe for Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah,
when that contract gets to be a little bit out of line and a little bit crazy, you're going to want to have that guy in the middle of the defense. I just to be honest with you, man, a lot of people are expecting all these things with the Jets, man. And it's like, bro, not the Jets, but the Raiders. And it's like, bro, we don't really have a whole lot of value. People say tear it down. What are we tearing down? The cupboards are bare any goddamn way.
And it's not even just that. Wasted, like, no one's trading for a Colton Miller who may miss the entire season. Like no one's moving for really trading for a left tackle that may not be ready to go until next offseason. So that's the one guy. You got him on a new deal, and it's a pretty it's actually a very affordable deal for a really, really good left tackle. But again, no one's trading for him right now, knowing that he won't be able to play for them, trying to get into the playoffs on this playoff run. Brock's not going anywhere. Genty's not going anywhere. I hope to God JPJ was never, in the plans in terms of trying to trade him. But you don't have anything, especially on the defensive side of the ball. There were teams that reached out. Green Bay reached out for Michael Mayer today because Graphk tore his ACL. They need another tight end out there. But the Raiders,
as much 12 personnel as people running in the National Football League, I don't think that's the smartest thing to do.
At all. You can't lean on Ian Thomas to be your tight end 2 behind Brock Bowers. So I love that we kept him, and it looks like we're holding tight with the Michael Mayer situation. People did reach out, from what I was told, Eric Stokes as well, but the Raiders were not looking to trade him. He's been our corner 1 when he's healthy. He's looked really good out there, and I'm expecting them to potentially down the line maybe even give him a new deal. He's played really good when healthy. So that's good. To me, man, you need to go draft another corner. Eric Stokes should be your corner 2. That's who he is.
You know what? In the perfect world, Eric Stokes is a depth piece. In the perfect world. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a really good secondary, he's not even your second corner.
I think he's Jacoby of the cornerback group. I think that's who he is. I think he's a high-end corner 2 that, when healthy, Jacoby didn't have the durability issues like him, but I believe that's who he is. Yeah,
but hopefully Porter can mature to be that starter level guy. You know what I mean? Hopefully, and then maybe you bring another kid in, and you can have like a situation that the Raiders have always had back in the day. 2 great corners.
Yep.
Charles Woodson, Eric Allen.
Yep.
Mike Haynes and all of them kind of guys. Like, that's what you want, man.
I agree.
That's what I'm striving for. Like, for me, I strive for excellence, bro.
We almost got 2,000 people in the building, you guys. The deadline is officially over. It looks like we're safe with certain players that some of us, wanted to keep around. Looks like JPJ will definitely remain a Raider. Now, there will be probably a few deals, maybe some smaller deals right here at the buzzer. It always happens year in and year out. But again, it looks as though we may have dodged the trade deadline in terms of the Malcolm Kuntz. Well, I don't want to say dodge, but Kuntz looks like he's sticking around to be a Raider. Tyree sticking around to be a Raider. It looks like Jackson Powers Johnson, thank the Lord, is not going anywhere. So salute to Raider Aaron Z. Pete's inability to be critical of Geno worries me. We need to draft a quarterback next draft. I will crash out if we run it back with Geno. That is not football, disrespectfully. You know, it's funny, right? I always say the same thing, but then I realize, and mind you, I would rather have him be critical of him in public, but they have a relationship where I guarantee you he speaks to him behind the scenes like, bro, you know you got to clean that shit up. You know you have to clean that. I guarantee it.
Hey, G, come off us real quick. Hey, G.
Yeah.
Hey, the way you played today was fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit, dude.
Yo, salute to LT. The Packers just signed tight end McCollin, Castles, per Tom Pelissero. So we're good with Mayer. That is great. Deadline deal, Bodega. Saints are trading offensive lineman Trevor Penning. He hasn't been good since he's come into the league. To the Chargers, per source, per Scheffner.
He's going to cook there. He's going to cook. I like Trevor Penning. He's aggressive.
We liked him in college a lot.
Loved him coming out of college. He's an aggressive kid. I just think, man, it's people, places, and things. He needs to be in a better situation. Yeah. You know, I think that a person like Jim Harbaugh will get the best out of whomever he gets on his offense, and on all levels, man. He that's what he's always done, man. He gets the best out of the guys on his offense.
Well, they got a tackle. They need one.
Bad.
They're all out for the year.
I'll tell you, you talk about a snake-bitten franchise, man. I've never seen a place with more talent that has so many major key players get hurt year after year after year, man. I mean, if you're a free agent, do not go to the Chargers. Something is in that Hollywood water. Shit, something was in that San Diego water. Shit. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, it must be the Spanos family or something like that. Somebody in their basement banging together two goat shins, cursing. Yo, so that was the buzzer beater right there, Waster, was the Chargers trade for Saints offensive lineman Trevor Penning with Joe Alt going on the season-ending Panthers release Hendon Hooker.
So
they did. The Panthers release Hendon Hooker. Yeah,
I totally forgot that he was with the Carolina Panthers.
I didn't know he was down there. Listen, man, a hooker in Las Vegas would be a marriage made in. I mean, my God, I didn't want to say it.
We've been saying it.
Bring a hooker to Las Vegas, man. He'll fit right in here.
Yeah, man. You know, I mean, up to this point, no, I was about to come up with a bar, but I'm not going to do it.
Yo, do me a favor too. Could you boo Jamba Juice? That was such a dad joke. All been deleted. Waka waka waka. Waka waka waka. That's as stale as that Jamba Juice you've been sipping.
That musty ass strawberry banana. Just get rid of that shit, bro. Like, get rid of it. It stinks.
Off out of here.
The straw probably smells like feet. Like, bro, like Jamba Juice. Get the hell out of here with that filth, in the words of the great and powerful wasted talent. So, the Blazed, what's your guys' opinion on the young QB out of USC? I like him. I think that he needs to be in the right place with the right, signal caller to unlock like most guys, right?
Well, bro, he has Lincoln Riley, right? I mean,
and we know how that looks though. You get out of that system and you kind of come back down to reality a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, not really, right? Like, Baker's been a damn good pro. Kyler Murray has played well here in the NFL.
They both have been up and down.
I mean,
Baker is phenomenal right now. I'm not taking anything away, but let's not act like that.
And Kyler Murray's been phenomenal too. It's just been the injuries the last few years, right? Kyler Murray is still Kyler Murray. But this kid is a little different, right? He's 6'4". He's the genuine article.
Yeah.
Right. I like him. He can run. He can move. USC kid. The only thing with him is his accuracy. This is his accuracy, man.
I think he can make all the throws. I've seen it, but once again, it's just not consistent enough.
Yeah, his accuracy. Sometimes he floats some passes out there. I mean, he's been really.
Notre Dame, bro. When he played us, I was like, man, this kid is making some really phenomenal throws, and then he'll just go off script and throw a dud. You're just like, okay, but once again, he's a college kid. That comes with time.
Yeah,
but again,
he's got 15 touchdowns, 5 picks, 2,000 yards. I think almost 2,500 yards, 66.4 completion percentage. I mean, that's what you want to see, right? You don't want to see a situation where you get a guy like Jameis Winston, who won the Heisman and won a natty, right?
Yeah.
He threw a lot of picks in college, and that didn't change when he got to the NFL. The only guy that I've seen throw a lot of interceptions where it changed is Patrick Mahomes. When he was at Texas Tech, he threw a lot of interceptions.
Yeah.
He has an international football league.
Yo, Jamba, okay, bro. All right, I don't play. Bro, that straw smells like back knee sweat. Like the back of the knee. Like that sweat. Like that. Look at that nasty, disgusting, filthy Jamba Juice. You got to get rid of it, big dog.
Nah, man. Look, you know what it is?
Different direction, different flavors.
I don't think it's all Jamba Juice. I think he got some yak in there somewhere, man.
Gotta have.
He got that salt and pepper beard. You know, it's all he got the yak and he got a blade somewhere, man. I'm telling you right now, you couldn't melt a motherfucker off. yeah.
Yo, salute the coach. Wipe them feet, y'all. Pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Once again, we're waiting for the presser. And for those who are wondering, we have Geno Smith, we have Patrick Graham, and Chip Kelly. So this should be a fun presser to hear all these guys talk.
Whoa, G's been playing excellent, man. He's leading interceptions. He's just playing excellent, man. I've never seen anybody throw an interception. I know he's throwing interceptions, but
phenomenal work.
It's phenomenal. They're almost touchdowns.
Yo, another name to keep an eye on, which we were for a second there, was Debo. It sounded like with Jaden Daniels with a dislocated arm, him gone for the season, that they're an older football team right now, that they would potentially move on from Debo. I know Buffalo was in the hunt for a wide receiver. And again, Buffalo does Buffalo shit, right? They leave again without a wide receiver. I know that they brought back Gabe Davis. But again, I don't know how they leave this process of the trade deadline especially with a ton of names potentially available out there. Like,
but you know the thing with Buffalo, man, I think that they're in that phase that the Carolina Panthers were in when Cam Newton was at the height of his powers. They were just perfectly fine with just running Cam into the ground. And they marched out there. They let Steve Smith walk, and they marched out there with Ted Ginn Jr. as wide receiver number 1. Like, let's be for real here, right?
They did, yeah.
And listen, man, that was always, Kelvin High Stakes Benjamin,
the Florida State wonder.
He was like a big ass trash bag full of trash with 2 legs, right? And then you got this guy out there, and then you say, "Hey, Cam, go out there and be somebody." And they're doing the same shit to Josh Allen, man, and it's sad.
Yeah, I think Jacoby would have been a good pickup for them. But, honestly, I don't think they were going to try and throw us a 4th and a 6th. And honestly, it would have been later than Jacksonville's picks. Yeah. So, not making the rich richer and kind of handing Jacksonville a nice little, hey, Liam Cohen, Spy Tech, here, you throw me a bone, I'll throw you one. Because once again, Travis out for the foreseeable future. Brian Thomas Jr. looked like he may have had a high ankle sprain or something. They're dealing with some things. So I think that was an easy kind of process between Jacksonville and the Raiders.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I see a lot of people in the chat, not to change the subject, but I see a lot of people in the chat talking about go out there and get Asante Samuel Jr. Mm-hmm. I don't think you guys understand the extent of the back surgery that guy had.
Yeah.
It was extensive, and when you get back surgery the way he did, you are never the same again.
Spinal fusion, right?
Spinal fusion, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Spinal fusion. Listen, I don't necessarily know if that bodes well for the Raiders. Right, the Raiders don't need another reclamation project. We need definites around here. That's the problem with the Raiders now. Everybody's like, "Go clean house." Clean house with what? We got a bunch of we got a bunch of question marks. We said before the season, there are a lot of people who try to come out and be like, "Oh, Graphk wasted." They're always hyped before the end of the season just to get disappointed. And it's like, well, listen, only thing I can do is tell you why I think it can work. But I was honest, and Graphk was honest. We said, listen, there are a lot of question marks on this roster. Now, if they can play to the back of their baseball card, then we got something. Yeah. If they don't, then it's going to be a long season. And guess what? It was the latter.
don't think it's necessary. Like you have Greedy Vance, he was just elevated. See what he can do. You got Darnay Holmes, who was a healthy scratch, inactive. You already have a few guys there. This is a year where we're 2-6, you guys. It's going to be a long season. Just look forward, look past these next however many games we have left, and let's just look towards the future. There's no reason to look at bringing in an Asante Samuel Jr. To me, it makes absolutely no sense at all, especially coming off of that kind of injury. Or that kind of surgery. So, and there's a few players out there that have bounced back from that. But again, small frame as well, smaller, he's on a smaller. How tall is Asante Samuel? He's pretty small, right?
Yeah, he's a smaller guy. I think I don't think he's over 6'1".
Let me see.
If I remember.
Oh, 5'10".
Yes, I say he's not over 6'1". He's 5'10",
yeah.
Small guy. So
he's
look,
180.
That's not a peak guy. And he's coming off a back. Everybody says he's gonna be golden. That's not the cornerback for the Raiders.
No.
You know what I mean? The Raiders have an issue with tackling. The Raiders, run a cover 3 where you have to be a good tackling corner, right? So with that zone, you have all these free releases and things like that. That ain't the kind of kid you want here.
No, not at all. I agree. Salute to everybody here in the building. Once again, you guys were waiting for this presser. The trade deadline is officially up. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. We still got 1,900 people rocking on Twitter.
Do we really?
My channel. Yes. Salute to you guys so much, man. Salute to Robert. Like the move, traded Jacoby. We both agree with you, brother. Now, repeat. Giants draft, get a great defensive player first, then move back into the first and get Mendoza. Well, you're not going to be able to move back into the first to get Mendoza. That's a top 5 pick. Now, you may be able to move back into the first to get a Drew Allar, or one of those type of guys because of the injury. But again, you're not going to be able to move back up to get a Mendoza. You're going to that's not going to happen. The way the Jets just sold the farm, I really believe that that's the direction that they're going towards. And then Miami needs a quarterback as well. So there's no way that those two teams are going to pass up on him. You know what I mean? And the Saints
turn the ball over.
Yeah, bro. Then you got the Saints still there that may, if Shuck can't get it done for the rest of the season for them because he's the starter now. Like there's several teams out there that can still look at a quarter. If Aaron Rodgers just says, I'm done. Like another team in Pittsburgh may want to try and move up. Like it's just, there's a lot going on in terms of certain teams that need quarterbacks.
But
I just don't
see
the
problem though, Graphk. You guys are setting the quarterback board and the season isn't done yet. And that's the thing. Like right now, everybody's saying Mendoza. Everybody's saying Ty Simpson. We don't know yet. Until because a lot of the times, man, once you go through Patrick Graham is in the place to be.
Hey, Patrick Graham said there's only room for one set of braids in this locker room.
What do you think it was?
I don't know. That's actually one
There's
braid.
never any excuses.
Not a set of braids. That's just
one. I got to do a
big
better
braid.
job of getting them prepared during the
Little
week.
raggedy
That
as hell.
starts there with me. Some of the issues that came up. The guys were trying. There were plenty of good tackles. Then just the consistency. But again, it starts with me just making sure that we're tracking the near hip, trusting the shoot, and just doing a good job of getting our eyes where they need to be and pursuing through it and just with the right angles. But I just got to find ways to just keep emphasizing it and making sure that it's just consistent throughout.
Where's your impressions of Darian Porter in the starting role?
I thought DP did a good job in terms of staying on top, in terms of the vertical passing game. He was competitive on some of the lower stuff and some of the man situations that we had. But he's a rookie that's out there, working hard, and I know there's room for improvement, and he's going to just keep working on that.
Patrick, what did you see was the difference late in the game, fourth quarter and overtime, compared to the first 3 when the defense held them in check pretty well?
Starts with the run game. I think it was 36 yards in the first half, and then they end up with 150 or whatever. So it starts with the run game. Got to do a better job, making sure that we're in better position to play the run. Got to do a better job tackling. So it all came down to
Patrick Graham looking like Ghost Dog.
Well, at least when I looked at the film, that's what I thought. What was your impression? That's more important than mine.
He came out there, and a lot of times it was pressure situations in terms of third down, and did a good job, played with good technique,
On the roof
played to his leverage. Wasn't too big for him, so proud to see him do that. It was exciting.
What have you seen in the growth of Bo Nix from when he first started looking at him on film in the NFL to where you're seeing him now?
Well, again, I don't want to take anything away from the player, but in terms of what Coach Payton's doing there, I mean, you can see he's doing such a good job of bringing him along, for a coach who had a veteran quarterback for so long that they probably were in sync, from everything to, on the field, off the field, but he's bringing them along. I think Bo is doing a good job of, getting the ball out of his hands quickly. They got some things set up with the quick game. He's able to get out of issue plays in terms of using his feet. And then, I think, again, there's a lot of check with me at the line of scrimmage. You see that in terms of the run game. He has some dynamic backs back there, the O-line's veteran group that's worked together. So he's doing a good job of controlling. And I'm not saying like managing the game, but he's doing a good job of controlling it. And, it's always, when those guys are able to do that, it makes it tough.
Somebody mama
another young player that got on his field on Sunday. What had he been showing you guys, and what showed up on the film on Sunday?
It's always fun to meet with him and spend some extra time with him.
When the wristbands start getting
in
off.
terms of the young player, I think he's in his 4th year, but in terms of not playing a lot, seeing the big picture from the safety position, understand how to take away pre-snap throws, how to work into windows based on the calls. And then just the energy he had out there, made a big play out there on the perimeter. You saw him get excited. I'm always excited about the enthusiasm the guys are playing the game with. So, he's worked really hard. There's a lot more work to be done, but proud of that.
Running backs they have over there. What stands out to you about the way that they use the both of them?
Downhill, explosive in terms of bursting to the second level, and then just being able to get out in the passing game. That's the thing when you talk about,
you, brother.
Having it's very reminiscent of watching the Saints offense back in the day, with Pierre Thomas and Kamara and all those guys, you see how I think Coach Payton does a great job of utilizing everybody on the roster. They all have a role, and, he's done that for a long time, and, it's impressive to see. So, They know who they are. They know who they got in terms of the coaches, and they use them the way they use them to really make sure that their best attributes are being shown on the field.
Harvey not only gets out in the passing game, but he got deep a couple times the last couple weeks. Like, how much of an element does that add to an offense with a running back, not just in the flats, but just can go long?
It's been part of Coach Payton's offense for a long time, so it's impressive, and we got to be prepared for it.
Isaiah, it seems like he's been in the box a lot more the last couple of weeks. What do you see from him there, and have you seen a difference in how he plays there?
Isaiah has been consistent since we had him 4 years ago. In terms of he's played linebacker for us before. He's played down safety. He's played post safety. So for Isaiah, I know he prides himself on being able to do a lot of different.
Bro, I got a picture of Patrick Graham going over the defensive scheme. Show it real quick. This is Patrick Graham going over the defensive scheme right now.
Patrick Ghost Dog Graham.
Yeah, he got the same hoodie on and everything.
Yo,
the way of the defensive samurai.
That shit is hilarious, bro. Patrick Ghost Dog Graham. Oh man, salute to Eaton Butthole. That's a crazy name on YouTube.
Yo, block this man. Block him right now.
Shout out to Graphk and Wasted, the Raider power of the YouTube power duo.
Block Eaton right now. Oh, here this guy.
That's one, right?
Tip belly.
Obviously, Jacoby Myers no longer in the picture. Who's that created an opportunity for? And I imagine Jack.
Well, it's got to be multiple guys. Jacoby was such an impact player for us, so I wish him the best. He was a great practice player, and I enjoyed coaching him. He's a heck of a kid, but we're gonna have to.
He talks like that guy that you work with that you can't stand the way he talks.
Yeah, man.
We look at it sometimes as we have to.
Hey, you got to be here. You can't be
late.
You
gotta be here.
You got to be here, man. I'm here every day, man. Christmas, New Year's.
And Bash and Dante and those guys.
Hey, man, Mercy Street.
Chip, there has been significant criticism of the usage of Ashton, and I know you're in the bubble and you're not paying attention, but do you think that criticism is fair, or do you think it's just much ado about nothing?
I think he leads the league in rookie rushing, doesn't he? And carry. So I think everything we do game plan wise is about winning that game. So
that's
it's
the
not
real
about
dynamic duo.
how many
Uncle
gets, how many
Sour
touches.
Socks
Maybe
and
some
Chip
fantasy
Kelly.
people are a little disturbed, but we're not coaching for fantasy people, so we're just trying to win games. So,
you trying to take a shot, Chip, you little bitch.
I mean, he's our number one back, and when we're running the ball, he's running the football. So I think you saw him a little bit in the past.
Wait, what is that?
He's starting to evolve.
We're not coaching fantasy people.
Trying to get him more involved in that way.
Go fuck yourself. You got to be here.
He's continuing to grow. He's doing a heck of a job. Really excited that we have him.
Trading Jacoby for draft picks, is that an indication?
I have nothing to do with that. So
I love that answer.
Building season?
I have nothing. I'm concerned with Tuesday afternoon as a coordinator. So that, those decisions are all made. Those are Pete and Spy, and those, I got great faith in what those guys are doing. So, they just told us this morning, and our plan adjusts offensively for not having Jacoby in the plan, against Denver, and that's it. So I don't look any farther than that. We're really good at control what you can control. So as a player, they control what they control. As an assistant coach, you control what you can control, and then the rest of it follows up. But I don't have any aspirations to be a general manager, so I'm not looking at any of that. So.
How would you assess Jack Besh's progress?
Jack's done a nice job. He's got to play multiple positions. Whenever you're not the starting receiver, you have to play multiple positions because typically we go into games with just 5 receivers. So you got to back up the Z.
I don't know why, bro. He reminds me of that actor on the Goonies.
And so you got to play multiple roles.
Sean Astin, right?
You don't get to put him in just one spot.
Sean Astin. That's the one that got killed in Stranger Things.
Just the depth of the NFL.
Sean Astin,
puts you in that situation.
Yeah, he got killed in the Stranger Things. But he talks like he did when he was a kid.
It's a difficult transition. So
whether you're offensive
lineman or running back or receiver. So
we could have let one Willie.
Are giving us everything. They practice hard.
You
so
Goonies.
We'll continue to see how they develop.
In terms of Jack, what kind of similarities do you see between his game and Jacoby's
He's like the
game?
love child.
Yeah, I don't compare
that
anybody
kid
to anybody, so I don't see any
Shump.
similarities between that. I think
The
everybody's
truffle
their own
shuffle and
individual,
everything.
so I've never looked at a player and said this guy reminds me of that guy. It's just what is that guy's strengths and what are his weaknesses, and how do you improve this? How do you lean into the strengths and improve the weaknesses is what we do in terms of the development of a player.
Could this be a chance where his role gets a little bit more defined? Or?
Tuesday afternoon, yeah. He may get a couple more snaps in practice. So,
Yeah,
again, we're not thinking long term. We just found out probably just when you guys found out. So
Talk so fast, bro.
What we're thinking about putting in a good afternoon of work here. It's really congested in terms of our days. Your Monday is a Wednesday, your Tuesday is a Thursday, and then in less than 48 hours we're playing a football game. So it's the week itself is slightly
fast
different.
turnaround,
we haven't
bro.
really talked.
Listen, man. We got a bad beat all season
about anything. We went right from getting the news in the first staff meeting to right into position meeting. So.
Now we're
individual, literally just
12 personnel against the Jaguars. How excited are you to be able to use them to the best of their abilities now, both being healthy like you?
Yeah, they're both really good tight ends, but I think your use of personnel really depends on what defenses you're going against and what that elicits from defenses. So, sometimes you say, hey, we should be in a lot more 12 balls. They put a different look on the field when you probably don't want to be in 12. You want to be in 11. So you're trying to figure out, how do they deploy their defensive guys based upon what you deploy? Because they don't have to play.
What Chip reminds me of? He's like that kid you went to elementary school that takes like the projects way too fucking serious.
Yeah, bro.
He like they have a woodworker project and he makes like a fucking park bench.
We have two.
I hate that kid. You just want to beat him up and break his project over his head.
And Brock is a good deal, So.
He talks like a
but how we
typewriter.
use them and how we do.
Yeah. Me and my dad did this. Me and my dad did it together. Go fuck yourself.
Vance Joseph defense in Denver has been.
How dare you have a dad?
Yeah.
Vince's done a really nice job. I think he mixes and matches his schemes.
Like what?
I
My
think he plays
dad's
for his strength.
dead.
Obviously, it starts up front. That defensive front is the best in football. Right
Hey,
now.
Dore,
They have
welcome
most
to the
sacks,
show,
like
motherfucker.
10 or more. I think right now. I think they have 40 and nobody's even in the 30s. So they can generate pressure. He doesn't have to all out, but he will all out you. So you can't say, they don't have to all out because they've got a really good 4-man rush, but they will all out you. And if you're not ready for it, they're going to get shots on your quarterback. So I think because they can disrupt the timing from their pass rush standpoint, and they can present multiple coverages on the back end. I think he does a great job of mixing and matching. I think he's one of the top coordinators in the league.
What do you think this trade means for Trey Tucker? And is it
Rico
safe to say
Suave.
he's the WR1?
Yeah, I don't look at WR1s or WR2s or WR3s.
WR 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 11, 12.
I'm just we're trying to figure out whoever catches the ball and runs really fast with it in the direction of the end zone is really good for us. So wide receiver one and all that other stuff. I don't think we've ever looked at it like that as a staff.
Recess.
We have certain positions. What does our Z do? What does our X do? What does our slot receiver do? That's how we kind of look at positions, but we don't look at some weeks the inside guys will be featured more because that matchup is better for you. And then some weeks the matchup
why
on
you
the
sound like a
outside is better
typewriter,
for
bro.
you. So those guys are featured more, but a lot of it, obviously in all these situations, the defense they have a say in the matter. So I think that's part of what the game is. There's a chess match that goes on within the game of how are they going to defend you. You thought going into the game it was going to be one way, and then
you thought it was on that
so
way,
you
it's
kinda
another way.
continue with the plan that you've made all week. I've been in games where you thought they were going to defend you a certain way, and then they don't defend you like that at all. So you have to pivot because they made a decision to pivot. So that's the game within the
Wrap
game.
this up, man. Let's get to
Yo, come on, man. Land the plane,
so
Chip.
much together. Is there things that they can come to you with and say like, hey, this really works well for us?
Gino's
He
been like
kinda
that.
sounds
since
like a
we've been
quick
in.
tongue
And right
rapper,
now,
don't
Lockett's
he?
just learning our terminology.
Sounds like a quick tongue rapper.
Great.
Yeah, for real.
He's played a lot of football.
He's getting blown with the motherfucking jigger,
I think
man.
sometimes Gino can interpret. They may have called it one way when they were in Seattle, and we call it this way now here in Vegas. So you can see Gino say something.
Not
to Lockett,
Twister, it's the
okay,
chipper.
I got you. And then
The
this is
chipper.
what we want. So Gino's always that. Gino's very active in part of our game planning. What he likes, what he sees. He's a student of the game. He's in this.
Back. Hold that.
I'm kind of over listening to them talk. So it is.
Yeah, bro. Listen, listen. If I had to listen to that guy talk every day, I'd stab my eye out with a rusty screwdriver.
Yeah,
it is horrendous.
Yes,
horrendous, man. Look, if there's one thing that needs to be changed, man, if he doesn't do better, that's the first thing that both coordinators need to go.
Yeah.
But
he did call it a great game, though.
A phenomenal game. It needs to continue, right? The one thing that I don't understand is why can't Ashton Genty get at least 20 carries?
Yeah.
Is that so much to ask, Chipper?
But the one thing I do, and I said this on the show yesterday, that I did love out of that situation was he had 18 reps combined. He had 13 on the ground, and they found him in the passing game. They got him open in space on 5 catches, 5 targets. So they're keeping him involved, in the game plan, which is great. But that was just clearly a Brock game. They knew what they were doing.
It was. They rolled the hot hand. But the thing is, it reminds me a lot of when Marshall Faulk came into the league. We wanted Marshall Faulk to come into the league, hit the ground running, have 2,000 yards right off the bat. And, the Colts got him more involved in the passing game initially, and they weren't giving him the amount of carries and stuff like that. And then eventually, 2-3 years in, Marshall took off, and then he was having 1,000 yards receiving and 2,000 yards rushing. Damn there, he was fucking phenomenal.
They also had to build up that O-line around those guys out there.
Well, he got traded. Right?
Yeah. Well,
I'm talking about when he was in Indianapolis.
Early. When he first got drafted.
Early Marshall Flynn. It seems like he hit the ground running as soon as he got to St. Louis. But I digress, right? I just think that, look, with Chip and these guys, man, Chip has been doing okay, but he has to do better for me to be bought into him coming back next year. I need to see more explosive offense. Like, to be honest with you, the thing, and Graphk said something a couple weeks ago, and it stuck with me. Like, yo, listen, I watch football, but I can't watch bad football. I can deal with us. I don't want us to lose, but I can deal with us, having a competitive game and giving it up at the end. It sucks. It hurts. But I don't like that. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit there and just watch terrible football. This is the week that the Chiefs game. What I don't want to.
My father-in-law told me that. He said, son, he said, I called you. I was on the phone with you when he said it.
Yeah, I thought you said it. Okay.
No, he said, son, he's like, I love my Raiders. Born and raised in Detroit. He loves it, but he roots for the Lions as well. But he loves the Raiders. And he said, look, I can't watch bad football. Like, you can go ahead and turn this shit off. Like, he's like, I don't even know what this Raider team looks like because I see what they got going on early on and I turn that shit off. He's like, I can't watch this shit. So I'm like,
what we need to do is we need to go suit him up and put him at defensive end.
For real.
Get the big fella, the big rangy 6'5". Get him on the line, baby.
Yeah, for real, man. Salute, man, to everybody here in the building. As always, once again, a kind of quiet deadline for our Raiders. We did move Jacoby for a 4th and 6th rounder to Jacksonville. We both agree that was a great move from John Spytek. Other than that, there were calls on some of our guys. It looks like people were calling for JPJ. Nothing came out of that. Calls from the Green Bay Packers for Michael Mayer. Nothing came out of that. And then again, it sounded like there may be some rumors and rumblings surrounding our young edge rushers and Tyree Wilson and Malcolm Kuntz, but nothing came out of that either. So we leave this deadline with Jacoby out, which is, I think, the right move, especially for what we got for him. I thought that was a great move by Spytek. Other than that, I wish we could have unloaded a few of those 1-round deals. But honestly, those 1-year deals. But honestly, most of them wasted are very inexpensive. Orlando Roberts, 1 year, $3 million, nothing. Devin White, nothing. Jamal Adams, nothing. So you weren't getting anything for any of these deals for these anyway.
Yeah, these guys have more value to us than other teams.
Yes.
And I understand why they didn't move them, right? Because what's the alternative? You got to bring somebody in that's probably a commiserate level football player to have to teach them the scheme in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
So you're going to hold on these guys. You're going to let them play their contract out. They might keep some of them for depth. They might not, right? I think a guy like Elandon Roberts, it is a reason why Elandon Roberts has been so well traveled in the National Football League.
Miami, New England, Pittsburgh.
He should not be a starter. Shouldn't be a starter. We were excited about him. We're saying he could be the new Robert Spillane. Man, he is the Robert Spillane. That dude is just out there like what Willie Brown said he said.
Oh, he's just out there killing grass.
Killing grass. He ain't doing a whole lot, missing tackles. Him and Malcolm Kuntz were really, really the reason why the Raiders couldn't get off the field and lost that game. They were a huge reason why they lost that game.
Kuntz couldn't set the edge for nothing.
Man, he couldn't set that edge with a goddamn T-square.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, man. He did not play well, bro. And I'm going to be honest with you. When you start talking about breakdowns on special teams, which we've had 2 games where we've lost because of special teams.
Yeah.
When you start talking about, tackling, and I know these guys don't get a lot of padded practice, but there's a way to work on technique, without hitting in practice. Other teams are doing it. What's going on with the Raiders? Where's the gap? There's a circle that you have to close when you're coaching and when you're teaching. How do you close that circle based off of the tools that you have in the building, right? So that's an issue. I've seen enough of Patrick Graham. I think Patrick Graham is a very bright coach. I like Patrick Graham, but I've seen enough of that.
Yeah. Oh, no, he has to go. The year in, year out, bend don't break approach, allowing the middle of the football field to be wide open every single drive on the defensive side of the football, and it's just expecting the defense to keep these guys out the end zone and create these turnovers. Like it's disgusting to me. I don't know. Offenses just look at this defense and they just know exactly what the hell, especially if you got a great tight end or you have a really good running back that can catch the football out of the backfield. They're looking at this situation like these guys, the linebacking core, like just the middle of the football. It's nasty. It's disgusting.
Yeah, and listen, we know that there's a talent gap. So it's not all on Patrick Graham, right? But I just think that to continue to do the same thing and take the same approach is probably a mistake. And Patrick Graham is a guy that they wanted to move on for. They tried to give the world to Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
He turned it down.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you what they think of Patrick Graham.
Mm-hmm.
I am more in line with those kind of aggressive defensive guys.
Me too.
Because they get the best out of the defensive players they have. When you go into a scheme and you're in a situation where you're taking
let them have it. Let them have it. Let them have it.
Let them have it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that commercial, man. What is it? The special man. Let them have it. You ever see that? Let them have it. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
I want a defense that hunts. I want Buddy Ryan, Rex Ryan.
That dog gonna hunt now.
Aggressive Steve Spagnuolo.
Yeah.
Blitzing. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Right.
I can live with a defense that gives up the big play here and there if they're being aggressive and they're doing that. They're attacking. Like that's what you want. That's what, especially when you have a Palomau and you have some of these guys that
are big hitters, man.
That's their mold. Like that's their mold, and you're not playing these guys to their strength.
They're playing on their heels instead of coming downhill.
Yeah, and look what happens when you get Palomau closer to the line of scrimmage. He's a missile, bro.
He makes stuff happen, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a missile on Apex. I'm telling you right now, man.
Real ones know.
Real ones know, right? I'm trying to tell you right now. And guys, go get your Apex, man. Get off my lawn, gang. Get on over there. Go get yourself some Apex, menoforder.com. I am one of the founding members of that company. And I want you guys to go on over there and go get yourself some, because once you get yourself some, you are going to get yourself some. That's right. Yeah. Sorry for the plug.
Yeah.
But I digress. I want an aggressive attacking defense.
Yeah. I agree. And once again, man, I think that we do have some of the personnel to play that kind of. Chin is a headhunter. Palomau, headhunter. Like off the Apex, headhunter.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, so it is what it is. But yes, salute to Wilder, man. My guy says if Geno's a student of the game, then he's failing. This is facts. Facts, man. You can't lead the league in interceptions.
If he's a student of the game, that means he's a remedial student. He's in that little trailer with a coloring book.
Yeah. Honestly, dog, well, look, we're basically at the halfway mark of the season right now. And he only needs 4 more picks to match what he did last year, which was 15. And that was a lot. You know what I mean? He's damn near there, bro. Like one bad game. He's one bad game. I'm talking about a Geno bad game away from tying what he had all last season in Seattle. 15
man. He's trying to have a baseball season, trying to have a 30 season, 30 touchdowns, 30 picks.
The Jose Canseco.
Oh my God. I mean, he's going full Jose Canseco, Ricky Henderson.
Salute to my guy S. Dot. Isn't the scheme different than last year? Scheme ain't this. Pete scheme this year. I could have sworn Sanjit showed this. Now it's a blend of both philosophies. S. Dot. You see a little bit of both what they do, but let's not act like Graham has been historically great with the Raiders. Once again, last year we had a ton of injuries on the defense side of the ball. So we kind of gave him a mulligan, so to speak, right? Kuntz gone for the season. Max gone for an extended amount of time. Like a lot of those guys were down and out. Spillane didn't have the greatest year last year, and Spill was dealing with some injuries as well, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, but Graham is not a great defensive coordinator. And it's funny because Wasted at least once a season always brings up the stats and says, I don't know why everybody thinks Graham is this when he's actually that. Like, I swear every year, bro, you're like, we go over the defenses that he's had, and you're like, why does everybody continue to act as though this guy is this genius?
Everybody acts like he's fucking Marvin Lewis or Rex Ryan. And
man.
Listen, and this is the thing. He has.
Not saying he doesn't know the game at all. I don't want to take anything away from his football IQ. He's just not up here with the upper echelon of defensive minded guys.
Not at all. And the thing is, with the Giants, he had some talent on that defense.
Yeah,
he had some talent on the defense.
He did. Yeah, he did. So it's my guy Q, man. Congratulations on Q. On Quinnen Williams. My boy's a Cowboy fan, and they got a dog right there today. You guys gave up some nice draft capital to get him, but that's a great move for that defensive line because that defense sucks, Q. Oh, my God, bro. Watching that game, remember we were just talking about not being able to watch bad football? Yeah. I turned that game off last night. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, man. When you got the brisket man slicing you and dicing you, something's wrong, man. The brisket man. I mean, it was slow roasted. It was a slow roasted.
Hey, Texas is very familiar with brisket. So yeah, it's the brisket state of the capital of the world. So there you have it, man. Anything else on the way out, my brother?
Man, listen, guys, just like the season, this trade deadline was very uneventful for the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want you all to know is that whether it's eventful, whether it's uneventful, whether you know what I mean, you can hook it up or Duck can tell you to pull a truck. We're gonna be here and we're gonna tell you motherfuckers to hook it on up. Whatever happens in football, the Graphk and Wasted show, the Wasted Graphk show will be here to cover it. And guess what? On the way out, I want you guys to do something. If you're not a member of my channel or Graphk channel, go become a member, because guess what, guys? This season has been so crazy right now that sometimes I don't even want people who are not a part of our ethos to hear the shit that we're saying. Yeah. We need to make this a little more niched out. We need to make sure that it's just our people that's really down with this Raiders shit that's hearing what we talking about. So listen, you will get a members only Graphk and Wasted show, late night Graphk and Wasted. And you guys know how that goes, man. There's so many things that have been born out of those shows.
Oh my God.
Graphk don't want me no more. Yo. Content. I mean, all of these different things, man. The pause board. Remember the pause board?
Yeah.
So many things have been born out of those members only shows. It is time for you guys to become members of the channel and join the Madcap Fund, because that's all we got. That's all we got this year, man.
The pause board.
Anthony is he's the Grey Dot Gang. Block him and block Bodega too. Send him to the gulag. Somebody
send him to the gulag. Salute to Mando Ace. Brissett playing better than Geno. This is facts. Facts.
Well, that's like saying he's the tallest midget. Who cares, man? He's not Geno, and not for nothing. Is he? Because Geno kind of fucking lit it up. He had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, and he had 284 in the air. And he was very efficient. I think he only missed on 10 passes.
Yeah, and the one that we needed him to make, he missed on that one.
Yeah, you see, so it's difficult to give Geno a ton of credit because when it mattered the most, he couldn't get it done, bro. It's like that would be the cherry on top right there. Like if he went and got that 2-point conversion, everybody's like, we're going into Denver like this may be the Geno we're getting moving forward. Like this may be it. And again, he just goes, bro, what I mean to tell you, he double pumped and then waited for the defender to jump and then threw it right into his hands. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen, right? He double pumped, the dude jumped, and then he threw it at him. I'm convinced that Geno is in Vegas for other reasons other than being a quarterback. for the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm sorry, bro. He literally double pumped, sat back, dude jumped in the air, and he threw it at him.
Very Marky Mark. He said, feel it. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, he's stupid, bro. Salute to Flores Plunking, my guy, man. Appreciate you, brother. We'll always be here, man. Salute to Mando Ace. We don't know what channel it is, but we appreciate you, my brother. I think it is Waste's channel. I know Mando's a member over here, so salute to my guy, Mando, on becoming Get Off My Lawn gang. You already know what it is,
man. Listen, the green dot and the Get Off My Lawn gang, the green dot, we dovetail. Same thing.
Woo. Other than that, man, love, appreciate you guys. I changed the show for me and Ben, the Broncos Raiders, tomorrow, you guys. So 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Right.
Too much content going on today. Too much content. So I had to kind of relax a little bit, man. I got some things to do with my sons in terms of their academics. I gotta get them at the bus stop right now. But other than that, man, tomorrow we'll get that show. And then Thursday we'll do the actual game. Me and Hammer calling it play-by-play. Friday you'll get recaps from both. Well, actually, Thursday you'll get a recap. And I don't know, you're gonna do the pre-show as well. You're gonna wait till Sunday.
I don't know, man. Like I know that the post game, I don't know. I might do a pre-show because the post game it'll be too late.
Okay.
Because these games they'll be over at like midnight, 1 in the morning. Nobody's gonna be around for that. We'll probably do a pre-show or something like that. I just realized something bringing up DuckTales. Doesn't Chip Kelly look like one of the Beagle Boys?
You talking about that bad group?
The brothers, the moms always break them out like put some in the cake or something like that.
You know who they always reminded me of? Those dudes.
Oh.
They reminded me of it's pussy. Yo, Kid and Play, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, yeah, stabbing him. Yeah.
Smell
what I smell? I smell. Yeah. Bow-legged Lou with them from Full Force.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, not Full Force.
Straight up. But other than that, man, we love and appreciate you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. We will be back with some more content tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. Graphk and Waste the show. We love and appreciate y'all. And salute to everybody who's going to be listening to this on Spotify and Apple Podcasts shortly after. So salute to y'all. We are out.
Touchdown!